cousins live in Chicago. So when you have that 1 week off and travel, I would fly up to New York or Chicago. We would be with my parents. My kids would be with my parents. They didn't care about me. It's like, we're the grandkids, we're the grandkids. So I was very lucky. I was having a conversation. I said, I would like to talk to you about Thanksgiving. Hopefully you will learn something. For me, it's like being with another family, because I didn't think I would miss everyone as much today, but I do. Especially if my mom is emailing me. You have this big turkey and not enough people to eat it, or the chocolate cake. So, hang on. I'm going to give you what I do on Thanksgiving. So this is how I spend Thanksgiving when I lived in America. Okay. Thanksgiving Day, Thanksgiving night. This is Lincoln Center. It's a beautiful building. It's one of the art centers in New York City. Music, the orchestra, violins, pianos, the whole, horn, so it's the orchestra. And that's over here. There's 3 buildings. This one has the opera. I do not like opera. My mother loves opera. Over here is where the ballet is. I can't dance though. But the ballet. So you have these 3 buildings. My mother loves this building. Her apartment in New York City, you look out the window, that's what you see. So every Thanksgiving when I'm in New York, I go to the window and that's what I see. So that's what I miss. I miss that in New York. This is my favorite. Spider-Man. They have a big parade. I know some of you have seen it on TV. West Side. So those big balloons, you gotta blow them up. And they get bigger and bigger. They do this Wednesday night. So if you know, and you don't want to wait in a parade, and the long lines and everything, you go to the park and you watch them blow up the balloons. So when my kids were little, that's what we would do every Wednesday night. And there's probably 100 of these, 100 balloons. But the big thing is the parade. And here you have soldiers representing the United States. But then you have high schools representing each state or towns. And you have colleges representing their states or cities. So you have a lot of these marching bands with the horns and the drums, and they go a long distance. It's probably an hour that they're walking. A lot of walking. You know who that is? Snoopy? We don't have Snoopy here. It's Charlie Brown. Snoopy is he's a favorite in New York. Soldier. That's the word of the day, soldier. Should I tell my soldier story? So Snoopy, and you have, people marching, you have the floats, you have beauty queens, Miss America, you have actors, you have pop stars. A lot of people participate in this parade. This reminds me of Ho Chi Minh City, all the motorcycles. These are police officers participating in the parade. So the parade, you never know what the weather's going to be. Here, you know the weather's going to be hot, either dry or rainy. It's hot. It's hot. Here it could be hot. Here it could be cool. Here it could be raining. Here it could be freezing. Here it could be snowing. You never know. And people, regardless, are out watching this parade. This year, unfortunately, with what happened in Paris, with the terrorist attacks, New York is on very high alert. So there'll be a lot of soldiers, policemen, protecting the people there. Okay, now we get down to business. That is a turkey. So, you wake up very early. This turkey's been taking a bath for 2 days. You brine it in water, salt, get it really moist, so it will be very juicy when you eat it. And then you cook that thing maybe 6 hours, 8 hours, a long time. So you have to wake up very early and get that started. But look at that. It's a big, big, big bird. It's like 4 chickens, 5 chickens. It's a big, big, big bird. It's delicious. But here's the problem. You eat turkey for 2 weeks. There is so much food, lots of leftovers. It's a big bird. It's a delicious bird. But that's not only it. That's a Thanksgiving spread. You have so much food. You have your turkey. Oh yeah, let's have a ham too. Okay, that's not enough. This is probably rice, mashed potatoes, green bean casserole is a traditional dish. Stuffing, that's my favorite part of the dinner. It's bread, sometimes it has sausage, sometimes it has oysters. They mix a lot of different things on it. My other favorite is the gravy, which is not in this picture, but the sauce is really good. And then that, pumpkin pie. I don't like pumpkin pie. So I always have a chocolate cake. There's always a chocolate cake. No pumpkin pie. So, you have a nice table. So this painter is Norman Rockwell. He's a famous painter. If you ever look him up, he has a really good way of capturing the heart of America in the 40s, 1940s and 50s. But through his paintings, you can see what life was like back then. So this is a famous painting of him, of the Thanksgiving dinner. Now, what happens? Thanksgiving's over. You're full. And then what happened? Christmas. Christmas. Everything is Christmas. So Friday in New York City is a madhouse. Who are we talking to? Traffic? We'll be walking across the street in Ho Chi Minh City. That's easy compared to this. It is so crowded. People are shopping. People are looking at the sights. It is very, very crowded. So the stores have the windows where they display. Same thing here. You go to Incom Center and you see the clothes on the dummies, on the mannequins. Same thing here, but they do these very fancy windows, and they spend a lot of money doing it. And each store tries to outdo the other store. So here's just a couple. This is all made out of paper, and it's in the window, and it tells a story. So you go from window to window to window, and the windows tell a story. It could be A Christmas Carol, Scrooge. Anyone know Scrooge? Bah humbug. Bah humbug. Scrooge. It could be like this, Christmas in England. This is Victorian era. I think that would be the 1800s. But they all tell a story. And then people line up. There are so many people that come, they put these railings there. And you have people going from window to window to window, waiting and waiting. You want to know what I do? I go on that side and just kind of walk by very quickly. See the same thing? Tourists. They're tourists. So, this is a big deal. This is Rockefeller Center. Every year, there's one person who spends his whole job, this is all he does, is to find the perfect tree. There's a movie, I think Keanu Reeves, there's a movie about this guy. All he does is look for a tree. One tree. That's all he does. He flies all around the country looking for one tree. It's a beautiful tree. And what do? Chop it down and kill it. But it is a beautiful tree. And, you know, it's not lit the day after Thanksgiving. I think in the beginning of December, like the middle of December, they light it up. But this is a beautiful place, and there's an ice skating rink. So you just see everyone ice skating. I've never ice skated there. My kids have. It's a lot of fun. That's another view. So they decorate the angels and the horns, and it's all the way down there. It's very, very beautiful, especially at night. But on the Friday after Thanksgiving, you cannot get in there. There are so many people. It's because it's very, very crowded. So we were talking about Notre Dame. Notre Dame? Notre Dame. This is St. Patrick's Cathedral. St. Patrick's. It's the biggest cathedral church in New York. It is humongous. This is right across the street from where the tree is. So if you look there, there's the tree. If you look there, there's that church. Happens to be one of the most favorite places in New York for me. Last year, I accidentally walked in when it was Christmas. And I'm listening, I'm like, this is beautiful. The organ's going. I'm like, what are they doing? I'm like, oh, it's Christmas. And no, it's not. It's really that. That's how big. This is how deep it goes. It keeps going and going and going. Lots of people come in. Same like with Notre Dame here. You have tourists coming in. Very, very beautiful place. And they just finished renovating it. The Pope was there a few months ago. So, another Thanksgiving, Christmas tradition is the Rockettes. They're dancers. Do something like that. I can't do it. The Rockettes, it's a Christmas show they do. And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun for kids. It's a lot of fun for grown-ups. But then what Christmas is really about is Santa. And there are lots of Santa Clauses in New York, every corner. Ding, 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 ding. They collect money for charity. So people that can't have a nice Christmas will be able to have a nice Christmas. Kids that will not get toys will get toys. More importantly, people that can't eat will get a Christmas meal. And that's the important thing about Christmas. I have a lot of friends that in the mornings will work at a food bank, and they prepare and serve food to the homeless people and allows them to participate in Christmas as well. Now, do you know about Santa, and if you're good, you get presents? Naughty or nice? You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'll tell you why Santa Claus is coming to town. It's for little kids in America and in Europe, Santa brings presents, but you have to be good. I can't tell you how many bad kids are good for 3 days. No, I'm good now. I'm good now. Please, please. I need that. I need that. Spoiled kids. So I always like to go to Santa. So I have my own Santa Claus. See? He didn't get me anything. I'm very sad. I'm very sad. So around this time of year, friends have parties. And it's a good time to see people. So around Christmas time, I'll probably be in here again. Oh, I miss everyone. I miss everyone. But anyhow, those are the pictures. I know there were some questions when we were walking up. Does anyone want to ask me about Thanksgiving or Christmas or New York, America, the shirt I'm wearing? Okay, so see, that's the thing about Thanksgiving. It's not a religious holiday. So if you're Catholic, you would pray the way you were Catholic. If you're Jewish, you would pray the way you would do meal in Jewish. So I don't pray a lot. So I'm not Catholic. I'm Jewish, and I don't know any of the prayers. So that's but what you do is you give thanks. And you know, it's funny. The holiday is Thanksgiving, and what people do, they may not pray at dinner, but they write a lot. Especially with Facebook now, everyone writes on Facebook what they're thankful for. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful that my family and I are healthy. I'm thankful we had a good year. I'm thankful for my children. I'm thankful for the opportunity to come to Vietnam. I'm thankful to have found an institution like this that I can meet and talk to people. That's what you do. That's what Thanksgiving is. A year ago, I thought I would be in Vietnam, District 12, in a classroom, talking to such wonderful people. And I told someone that, they'd be like, "You're crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy." But I'm thankful that I made the decision. I'm thankful that somehow someone from here found me. I'm very thankful for that. And I'm thankful that for people like you, students like you, who are interested. So it's a good question. It's not praying, it's just what you're thankful for. So the other question was Easter. Easter is a religious holiday. It's like Christmas. Easter has to do with the birth of Jesus Christ. Easter has to do with the resurrection of Jesus Christ. So it's a very, very big Catholic holiday. So it's more religious, but it's also fun. You take eggs and you color them or you paint them. And for the little kids, you hide them. That's how you get rid of them for like a half hour. So it's like, "No, there's one more in the backyard." "I can't find it." "No, there's one more." And you can kind of talk to your friend. But Easter, you do the same thing, you know, a big, big dinner. So Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter, you eat a lot. Easter is usually lamb and a ham. Everything has a ham. Christmas is roast beef, like a big steak, and a ham. Whoever owns a ham business is doing really well. And then Thanksgiving is always a turkey. Most of the time a turkey. If you're vegetarian, it's a horrible holiday. Horrible holiday. I saw there's a few places in Ho Chi Minh City that are doing Thanksgiving dinners. And then there was one that's doing a vegetarian Thanksgiving dinner. And I'm sure actually they'll probably have more people there than any other place. I personally, we're going for duck tonight. And I had my chicken at lunch. So that's the difference between Thanksgiving and Easter. And you also get a lot of time off. Christmas, 2 weeks off. Because you get Christmas, and right after Christmas, a week later, is New Year's Eve, which is a big thing in the U.S. Lots of drinking. So hopefully I don't have class New Year's Day here. So, any other questions? No questions? Any questions? I'll tell you what, if you're shy with your English, tell her in Vietnamese and I'll answer the question. That works, right?
Yeah, okay.
No, I have a big dinner tonight.